So our final conspiracy for the podcast is about Bigfoot and if it's real or not. So Bella's gonna give an introduction, and then we have a special guest to interview. So read your introduction.
We'll introduce him later, but first
yeah.
All right. So Bigfoot is our final conspiracy. Bigfoot is a creature. He's believed to live in the northwestern, USA, so I guess around these. I'm not good with geography, so and Canada, north or east. Oh, okay, around this area, I guess. Bigfoot is perceived as a primate at a height around 6 to 15 feet tall. So there's no determined. Yeah, feet tall. Wait,
yeah, very
height?
tall.
Yeah, very tall, tall. Probably
compared
not as tall. Yeah, compared to human, football player tall or basketball player tall. His footprints are measured to be around 24 inches, and that suggests that he walks on 2 feet, which some photos show. David Thompson is credited to be the first discovery of Bigfoot, to see his footprints in 1811. Another name for Bigfoot is Sasquatch. I think I'm saying that right. Now Bigfoot is used in media for entertainment and horror films, or for children or stuff. So
beef jerky commercials.
Yeah, beef jerky commercials. Okay, now to Lily and Mr. Socash.
Yes. Okay. So, hello.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm well, thank you.
Okay. Introduce yourself, your name and what you do.
Yeah.
So I'm Ron Socash. I teach career and technology education here at Oakdale. So I teach woodworking, or WDA, and also EDA and other CTE subjects.
Okay.
Yep.
So now let's get started. How long have you believed in Bigfoot, and what started it?
I saw film footage when I was a kid called the Patterson-Gimlin film. This was put on a show. There was a show with Leonard Nimoy, who used to play Spock on Star Trek. They had a show called In Search Of. And it was always kind of strange topics and things like that. And so, they talked about Loch Ness Monster and UFOs and things like that. So it wasn't I believed everything on there, but I kind of piqued my interest. They had this film on there called the Patterson-Gimlin film. It's pretty clear film footage. It's been debated throughout and never disproven or proven either way. But that got me thinking. And then I don't know how old I was exactly, but I saw some things that I thought were evidence of things where I grew up near wooded areas in Pennsylvania that made me start to wonder if this thing was real or not. So it always intrigued me, and to me it's entertaining. It's an entertaining subject to hear people talk about.
Yeah.
Even if it's not true, it's still entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Have you ever seen a Bigfoot or gone searching for one?
No, I've never gone looking for one. I would love to try to do that at some point. I know there are people out there that offer that.
Yeah.
I've never seen one. However, I did, and I'll say this: I've seen footprints. That's when I referred to a minute ago. When I was small, I must have been 8 or 9 years old, something like that. And that's a whole story. But what appeared to be very clear prints of something other than a human on the property that I grew up on. So that's that's as close as I've come. Not sure I'd actually want to see one if it was real.
Yeah.
It'd be scary.
Why do you think, if you believe it's real, why do you think there hasn't been one that's been caught or found a dead body of one or anything like that?
Okay, it's a good question. It's an obvious question. I think there are two answers to that. One would be anyone that would, if it was really caught or captured or killed, I think authorities would sweep in and take care of that. So I think it's covered up, or it could be, just so people wouldn't. I mean, if it was turned out to be true and our government said it was true, then that would freak a lot of people out.
Yeah.
And there'd probably be a lot of crazy people running out trying to kill these things. So I think to avoid that, they would kind of sweep in and cover it up, keep it quiet.
Yeah.
The other is, I mean, you don't see black panthers in the woods. You don't see mountain lions typically. These things, these animals lurk around. Some gorillas in the world weren't discovered in the rainforest until modern times, even though they were around. So there are animals that are smart enough to evade human detection. So if Bigfoot is real and it's indeed some sort of primate, although there's other theories about that, they could be smart enough to, even as big as they are, to avoid human detection.
The government covered up Bigfoot like they did with Princess Diana's death. Okay.
Is there like anything else like that you want to say about Bigfoot that maybe I don't like specifically ask about, like your beliefs about Bigfoot?
I can't really think of. There's so much on the topic. You know, you guys mentioned about the location being Washington State. That's where the Patterson-Gimlin film was originally filmed. But really, there are reports all over the country. Every state has reports of this, and almost every country of the world has some version of this. So there's, when you take that amount of reports from people, you can't dismiss all of them as being crazy people.
Yeah.
And certainly when people bring it up and they talk about it, they're usually made fun of or thought of to be crazy. So there's no advantage. It's not like you're getting famous by bringing it up that you've seen one or something. So there's got to be something going on with that. And people are seeing something, and again, it could be, maybe it's something that's not even related, but anyway, I find it a fascinating topic that's a lot deeper than what people realize.
Do you believe in UFOs?
Actually, I really don't believe. I believe there's something that is seen as UFOs, but what they really are is something I think is different.
And like, if the government said, "Oh, UFOs don't exist, Bigfoot doesn't exist," and all that, you wouldn't believe it, right?
Probably not. I mean, I know people that have seen what they claim to be UFOs. I believe there's a spiritual world too. That's where I come from in my faith. So I know there's my belief would be there's some kind of a crossover there. You know, is there some kind of interdimensional, if you want to think of it that way, movement by beings? Maybe that's what aliens are, what they're seeing. So, yeah, I'm not going to say I disbelieve everything the government says, but I know they have maybe an agenda is a strong word, but an agenda to make people feel safe. They feel like, so coming out with too much of that stuff would probably freak people out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's all my questions.
Yeah. Are there any other things that like people might consider conspiracy theories that you believe in?
People would consider conspiracy theories. Gosh, you know, you can go down the path, a lot of rabbit holes with that. I think, you have to be careful. I'm not. I think I know what you're digging for, if you remember being in my class, but I'm not. I think. Things like the moon landing, I know people are going to laugh thinking about that, but I'm not 100% convinced that the humans ever landed on the moon, and I have reasons for that. But that's another topic.
We can bring you on the show for that too.
Yeah, we can have you on the next episode.
Yeah.
I know less about that than I do about the Bigfoot thing. I'm kind of a Bigfoot freak about that. I watch all kind of stuff on that. So, but I'd be happy to come back in and talk about that.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
thank you.
Those are all the questions we have. Thank you for coming in today.
You're welcome.
Appreciate your time.
You're welcome. Thank you for inviting me.
Of course.